I'm Meena Chopra from StarBuzz Media, print, online and social. Today I'm with dynamic, effulgent, newly minted City Councillor, the one and only.
Oh my goodness.
Crombie.
It's so sweet, Meena. Thank you.
Hi, Bonnie.
Hey,
nice
Meena, thank you so much. And shall I say to all your viewers and all your readers, namaste, sat sri akal, assalamu alaikum, to everybody, it's great to be here with StarBuzz. Thank you, Meena.
Wonderful. Now, how does it feel to be a councillor after being a member of parliament?
You know, that's an excellent question, and people have been asking me that, and truly, I think that being a councillor, I deal with those issues that affect people's daily lives. It's the meat and potatoes of people's daily lives. You know, I got asked once when I was door knocking as a federal member, what have you done for me to directly impact my life? And I've said, you know, well, I spoke out in Parliament for you to help keep your taxes low and to deal with foreign relations, and on visas, I've given visas. And he says, no, I haven't needed a visa for my family. So tell me, what have you done for me? And I said, well, I didn't build your community center, your councillor did. And he said, thank you very much, and closed the door. So now I'm here to say I'm going to build the community center for people, dealing with issues like snow removal, waste disposal, where fences are permitted to be built, traffic safety, traffic calming, community safety. These are the issues that affect people's lives directly every day. And these are the issues that I'll be dealing with to help people in their everyday lives, make them better and make them smoother, to work for the betterment of the community. And to help build vibrant communities and better neighborhoods, and that's what it's all about.
Right at the grassroots level.
The grassroots level, absolutely.
Okay. Now you're a councillor here, and
Yes.
what new do you think you would like to bring to the city of Mississauga?
Well, I'll bring my energy and passion, of course, but there's so much I want to accomplish for Ward 5, because Ward 5 has been neglected for a long time.
That's true.
You know, they've been abandoned, frankly, and particularly the beautiful community up in Malton is very isolated because of the airport and all the industry. So I have such plans for my community to improve traffic calming, improve community safety, to bring greater accountability from myself as the councillor to the people. So I'm going to help with, we're going to have a residents association. We're going to meet regularly. I'm going to attend. They're going to tell me what their problems are. And then the next time we meet, I'll have to tell them what I've done to improve their lives. Of course, it increases the accountability of the councillor to the people. And obviously, we're going to help improve. I want to be a champion for economic development and job creation. So those are some of the principles I bring with me from when I was a federal member. I helped build jobs, create jobs, and bring in money for job creation. And this will be a big principle for me up in Malton, because we know that there's a lot of crime in Malton. We know there's a lot of poverty in Malton. And the best way to address this and to bring hope is to create opportunity, is to create jobs. And so I'm going to be a champion for economic development, and also small businesses as well. We're going to have a business improvement area, both in Malton and in Britannia, right? So we can help. We can promote our local businesses and create jobs too. So I have a lot of plans, and I'm eager to get going. We've already started the ball rolling, and soon we're going to have town hall meetings in both communities. So we will meet the community, they will give me feedback, and we'll be working hard for them.
Okay, so I'm from Ward 5. So
Fantastic. Yes, I remember. I knocked on your door one day. It was a chance meeting, but a lucky chance meeting.
Yeah. So now, what are your views on Hazel McCallion's inquiry? Though she has apologized.
She has. And I, you know, I'm glad she has apologized. I think that was the right thing to do. You know, I have so much respect for our mayor. She has built our fabulous city. She has been our leader for 33 years. It's through her strong stewardship that we've had strong fiscal solid management, that we've been debt free, we've kept our taxes low, we've got the best quality of life in any community, one of the safest, well, it is in fact the safest city in Canada. Canada is one of the safest countries in the world. So we owe all that to her. Now she's had 33 years, and you know, she's had a stellar record and a perfect career, and you know, this is a little smirch, to be frank, to be fair, but she has apologized. The judge found that she did not break any laws, any conflict of interest laws. However, we all felt that, well, you know, as she did apologize, that maybe in her private time, you know, people had, was the suggestion the suggestion that something had been done that shouldn't have been. But that's all been cleared up. The inquiry is behind us. And to be honest with you, we spent $7 million on that inquiry. That's $7 million I would rather have invested in Malton, in my community. I think it was better spent because we had the same verdict, the same results, the same judgment was given in a $50,000 opinion that the lawyers gave us. We already knew the same recommendations, the same opinion that was given, that Judge Cunningham gave, we had already received in a legal opinion. So for me, we had already received it for $50,000. We didn't need to spend the $7 million. We could have built the healthcare center in Malton for $7 million. We could have got the Goreway Bridge built or started to get it built. You know, this is money that I feel is taken away from the city. So much more could have been done with it. But it's past us now. The mayor has apologized. We've moved on, and it's a new day.
Okay. Some candidates of Ward 5 say that you overspent during your election campaign. What are your comments on that?
Well, of course, I always live to the letter of the law and conduct myself with the utmost integrity. What's at issue here is a $200 poll that I did previous to registering as a candidate. And the law says that you can't spend money until you register, but I didn't spend money on the election campaign. What I did was research. I did research to determine whether my candidacy was viable and if I had name recognition. You know, and maybe if some of the other candidates had done so, they would have realized they were not viable. In fact, to be honest with you, there were people trying to tell me not to run. We did the poll so that they could say, look, you have no name recognition, don't run. So this was completely research done ahead of time. And this is legal, and this is legitimate, and it will be proven so. And many, many, most serious candidates do this. Because before you put your family, your friends, your supporters, your team, your investors, you know, your donors through this exercise, you want to be sure. You want to be sure that there's a viable candidacy. And frankly, I mean, you know, it's research. I mean, you're not allowed to spend money until you register. So what if I'm out, you know, at Tim Hortons and buying coffee for someone saying, what do you think? Do you think I should run? Not think I should run? Is that an expense too? You know, you have, you know, honestly, if I make a phone call, it's a long distance phone call. Do you think I should run? If I'm asking for advice, is this an expense too? I mean, how far does it go? So no, this, when you are a viable candidate, this is important to do the research you need to do to determine whether to get into the race. And that's what I did. It wasn't information to be used in an election campaign. This was information I gathered, research I gathered to determine whether I should run. It was ahead of running. And this is completely legitimate. I mean, you know, people will do all kinds of research on it. And I think that's fair. It should be fair.
Councillor, my next question to you is, what is your take on diversity?
Oh my goodness. Diversity is our strength. It makes us the great city that we are. We are a beacon to the world right now of people who can live together harmoniously. We live together, we pray together next door to each other, you know, we have entertainment together, we shop, we go to school, you know, and we are a beacon to the world. How we do this so smoothly, so harmoniously, and we learn from each other. We have respect and tolerance for other people as a result of this, and we gain from each other's strengths. This is business skills, language skills. These are skills that we can bring to do trade with other nations, whether it's Pakistan or India or Poland for that matter. This is why we are such a strong community, because of the diversity we bring. And I think, you know, we show the world how people from everywhere can live together peacefully and in harmony. And I think we're much richer for it. I mean, I love the fact that my children go to school with absolutely children from every nation, and they all learn from each other, you know.
That's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, as an artist,
I have to tell you a little story about that. I don't know if you have enough time.
That's
but
okay.
I have a colleague who's, you know, he adopted a little girl from China. Beautiful little girl. And he said to her one day, you have to tell me if anyone at school gives you a problem, you know, or bullies you because you're different, because, you know, because you're from China, you're Chinese. And she said, oh, no, Daddy. Well, you know, Daddy, I haven't even told them yet. So you see, to the children, we're all the same. We're just all children, children of God.
As an artist and community person, I'm very much concerned about the arts in this city. So a couple of questions on that, you know. What do you think of arts in Mississauga? The city has been conservative about spending on arts.
Well, we are a conservative city on spending, I'll grant you that. And I had the pleasure of serving on the Arts Task Force. The mayor had a blue ribbon panel on the arts to decide how we can provide funding to some of the major arts groups on a long-term sustainable basis. And a lot of research went into that. So we certainly here at the city promote arts. And we decided at the time, we recommended to create an office of the arts. And we have a director of the arts that is leading and stewarding the arts community. And one for myself, I'm a big proponent of the arts. I sat on the Arts Umbrella board of directors as well. And I believe in public art. I believe that with every new development, there should be works of public art in the building, on the exterior, whether it be sculpture or painting or carvings or water structures or gazebos, whatever it might be, there should be things of interest to create places of interest for people. I think the arts is an important economic driver as well for our community, for any community, and should be taken very seriously. I think we could do more for the arts, clearly. I think that we could have an arts incubator. We could bring all the artists to some space maybe in the Living Arts Center and have them all have work out of that area. I mean, certainly more could be done for the arts, and I'll work closely with the Office of the Arts to see what some of those things could be.
That's nice to hear. Now, art has two aspects. One is entertainment.
Yes.
And then other is serious art.
Yes.
Entertainment brings immediate results, brings numbers, monetary results.
That's right.
But in this process, the actual serious art it gets neglected.
Yes.
But that is actually the creative process
Absolutely.
behind.
Well, and it is the lasting contribution we make as a society to future generations is the art that we leave behind. It really defines our soul and our essence, I think, is what art is. And you do art for art's sake, of course you do. Just the way you do science for research's sake, of course you do, because one day they'll have value, whether it's commercialization of products with science, but for arts, it's that lasting legacy that it brings.
But I have always felt, I'm here for 7 years now, in Canada, in Mississauga. Now, I've always felt that city somehow did not feel the importance of arts for art's sake.
I think
it was more of, money generation from arts, which always is not possible.
Right. And I think you make an excellent point. And I think that also speaks to the fact that we're a relatively new city. We're 40 years old as a city. So in the beginning, we had the challenges of city planning and putting the fundamentals in place, grid work and roads, sewers, bridges, and then soon we had families move in. And what are the needs of small families? Though that was sports facilities, frankly, soccer fields and hockey rinks. And now we're maturing as a city, and now we're looking at that lasting legacy and how do we promote things like the arts? Because of course, if your aunt from back home wants to come visit, you don't take her to the field unless your son is playing soccer to watch him, of course. You want to take her to the places of art, right? Whether it's our Living Arts Center or our art galleries, to show us who we are as a people, to show who we are as a soul, as a creative center. That's what you want to. That's what we want to show off as when your family comes to visit, right?
That's true.
So we have to have that lasting legacy, but we can do more for the artists, and we should. We should, absolutely.
My last question is about ethnic media, which has, in the past few years, it has really developed.
Yes.
But city does not seem to recognize it.
That's it.
And advertising dollar goes to Mississauga news most of the time. None of the media.
You must be psychic. I just came out of a meeting on our communications plan, and that is exactly the point that I brought. I said we're overlooking all the ethnic media. Well, when you speak to the diversity that is Mississauga, each community has newspapers. We need to reach out to each. How do we reach our people if not through their own newspapers? It's exactly the point I just made today. The problem is there are so many of them. I have to tell you, because I've looked at this myself from an advertising perspective, and you never know which one has the highest circulation, which one reaches which group, because they all say they do, right? And each one charges $500 for an ad, so you have to be very selective. So absolutely, we have to do more to reach out to the diverse communities, and we do it through the ethnic papers. We have to do that. We have to have some sort of process that helps us reach out to those which will reach our own people here in Mississauga. Because some of them, you know, are GTA-wide, Toronto-wide, some are just in Malton, some are Canada-wide, Ontario-wide. So we have to reach the ones that are, reach our people here in Mississauga. But we must not overlook all the very, very important ethnic newspapers that are out there, and there are so many. And we need to be we need to have a presence in them,
including
for sure.
StarBuzz.
Including StarBuzz. Of course. Would be my recommendation to the city people who make those decisions. We have a big communications department here at the city. We just had that meeting to discuss that. Isn't that funny? Coincidentally today, and I made that recommendation.
That's good. Thank you very much,
Oh, it's
Bunny.
such a pleasure, Meena. Thank you for coming into my office today. I hope the art is satisfactory to you.